4 layers. There's more to come. Well, Andorra next.
You are the center of creation, and this reality would have you none of it. Would have you have none of it. Earth is flat, Maria. We know now that Earth cannot be a spinning ball. All of our science has been mistaught to us by design to prevent you from knowing the truth of who you are. You are indeed the divine center of the creation. But what religion does is it tries to separate you from Christ, and you from God.
I'm born again.
Okay, all right. So that's for me. I think that Christ was the Son of God, yes. But I think that you are the daughter of God, and I am the Son of God.
Yes.
But we are in a system that wants to keep us in the dark.
I know.
Prevent us from ever knowing this.
Yes, we are trying to find the system.
Yeah.
Especially here in Andorra.
Really?
It's a very capitalist.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if the system ever gets beaten, because it's only until the people change in their hearts and realize their divinity and their sovereignty that they will then...
Where are you from?
Well, I'm from London.
I'm from London, okay.
We're just traveling around Europe and trying to tell people the nature of the... Yeah, about the nature of...
Quite a difficult country.
Andorra.
We have been fighting now for more than 30 years. The gospel is not very easy.
And I think people are kept at war because fear is a great way to use to control people.
Yeah.
So you see people in a, say, civil war or war with another country or war inside themselves, then they will easy to...
The authorities allowed you to switch here?
No, we haven't asked. No, we haven't asked.
But maybe you can have problems.
Yeah, they'll probably chase us if they...
It's really control, take care.
Yeah.
No?
Thank you.
But what? People share the gospel.
How people think that we can live on the globe now, really. People that are arguing for the globe after having time to think about it. Looks like it. As we said, not going to be very
We are farming people, you know.
Yeah, this guy's got a gold badge and he showed it to me, the sheriff.
Yeah. Oh. Huh? How awesome.
Tierra plana. Tierra plana. Did I mention it's raining and the flyers are getting wet?
Alright. Alright, what? It's flat and it's for here.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Remember, we are one. We are one.
We are brothers and sisters, yeah. All of us.
Bye. Bye.
I guess that's the end of that then.
I guess should we call an end to the stream then?
Oh, I think so.
They took a photo of our passports. We took a photo of the van for the memento. And
we can do this anymore here, not even flyers, nothing.
No.
Oh, I forgot to ask him if I can go and yell a little. Yell a little around.
Oh, on the megaphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. They're,
Considering how small the country is, I don't think it'll be too badly.
I like the way you put that. Earth is flat. La Tierra plana. I caught some strange stares. Anyway, yeah, that was a good joke you played on. Well, We asked the police to ascertain which was our vehicle. Okay, there was a bit of a
Policeman approaches,
Thanks.
you know, you show
Together.
this car behind. The
Together.
black car, he said, this one's your car.
thumbs up this, and thanks for the ongoing financial support. If you can help out. Yeah.
Thanks, James.
Wasn't
Nice
that
little
awesome? That was fantastic. I get a kick when I see the replays for what James put together. Thank you very much, James. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Enjoyed that. You made that quite comical, Jack. I like the way. You know, I want everyone to know. I have to screen share this to begin with, because I loved what Jack did. So let me just do this again. And where are you? It'll be on that one, maybe. Let me just screen share that one. Oh, I bet. Oh, hang on. Let me. I don't want to screen share it just yet. I didn't press the audio. I'm so terrible at that. Screen share. That one there. Share audio. And press play. Screen share.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. Please look, yeah. I was going into it. I see. The flyer. Yeah.
Everyone goes
It's the first country we came that is forbidden you cannot do flyer away, you know, to the people. You cannot give it to them. It's forbidden.
Yeah,
All right?
but,
It's flat and it's forbidden.
That was brilliant. I loved that. I just thought it was it's flat, but it's forbidden. That was great. It's flat, but it's forbidden. Oh, hang on. Is that
well,
me?
Jack was like, as we were getting the phalanx of police escorted us away from Andorra, right? 4 of them it was. And they were coming to see our identification papers. And Jack says to them as we're approaching the car park, we're coming from above the car park down a hill, and he says, "Why do we ask them if they can identify our car, our vehicle?" Of course, they enjoyed the humor on that because it didn't take them long to clock the monster.
Yeah.
He says, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The policeman goes as we approach. He says, "Oh, this little black car over here is probably yours, isn't it?"
Yeah. So I take it getting to Andorra. You noticed the temperature drop. It was getting colder and colder as you were getting closer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it was snowing on the way out.
It was snowing, yeah.
Snowing, and there was quite a lot of drift snow, and certainly coming at the end of it. But going up last night was getting colder.
Yeah.
Of course, we still didn't have gas last night, so this place was a fridge. This was a friend.
Yeah, we wet
honestly.
anything that was sticking out of the, sleeping bag was kind of an ice block.
My hands were so cold when I woke this morning. It was quite an interesting sensation. But thankfully, Jack, because he's so fluent in 18 different languages, was able to work it out with the locals. I don't know whether it was French, Spanish, I don't know, Italian, because Andorra is part owned by the Vatican. So so he managed to score us a canister of gas and a replacement or a new kind of what do you call
attachment?
it? Attachment.
Yeah,
a proper attachment
for the bomb, for the gas bomb. Every country has on her own attachment. Yeah, you gotta buy it.
I didn't know that, Jack. Jack, I thought it was UK and European.
It's what? Universal.
Yeah, because in Paris we bought one, didn't we?
And
I thought that one.
We also have to change this everything, not just the bomb.
Yeah,
you gotta buy the bomb, the whole of it, and the gas in it. That will cost you so much more because you don't have the right bottle.
Yeah,
and here is the same. You gotta buy everything and collect everything. But here in gas stations, it's not. They are not having like in France. We have it on the gas station. Here is not possible to get this stuff in the gas station, so you gotta find the store who sell these things.
Yeah.
So we found the store, and then the store wasn't selling. Well, they sold us the attachment, but not the canister. Yeah. So we had to go somewhere else to get the canister, which was our second or third stop for canisters. So, but it was great. Once it got up and running, we had a coffee and got the heater going, and the camper feels pretty cozy right now.
Yeah, it's
so despite it, well, actually, interestingly, because we drove up into the cold and it just got colder and colder, and it was pretty frigid up there. Then, as we left Andorra, we kind of got into even higher mountainous areas, and then
with the new tires on,
proper snowy. And then now we've arrived. Well, we've been a few and a half hours, 2.5 hours or something away from Andorra, and I went outside. I stepped outside briefly, which is a rare thing now. And it's milder. Are we near the sea again? Like sea air blowing on.
No, we are.
Yeah, there you go. So we're actually near the sea again. Incredible.
Yeah, it's much better now.
Yeah, and it's the same sea level, by the way. We've discovered it's the same sea level here as it is over in Portugal.
Same, man.
Sure.
Shouldn't come as a surprise to any of my friends here, but I know there might be a few ballers watching who still think that there's different sea levels depending on where you go. Hey ho. Yeah. So here we are. Just had a lovely dinner actually, and cooked an exquisite vegetable dish to celebrate our new gas.
Yeah. And what was you eating tonight? Some sort of stew or something? Was it something?
What is vegetable soup?
The great one.
It was chunky. It was like some kind of casserole thing. Really, soup.
Soup for every day.
It's easy to please when you're cooking on the van.
Yeah.
We just want warm, cooked, home-cooked food, really.
Jack said I'm a lucky man.
Yeah.
You are. Oh, I thought you meant because I got you to drive. Yeah, and there's some twisty and winding roads. Yeah. My lord. I hope that Andorra footage is worth it, because we did a bit of, you did a bit of twists and turns. I mean, hairpin bends. I mean, this is incredible stuff for a race car, but for a monster like this, it's
I mean, even though it got cut short, and it doesn't matter. I mean, what it's about is that you reached one or two people. I mean, your van's traveling around. So someone somewhere is going to be reading that and wondering what the hell is all that about, and they're going to want to know. And it's just a seed. It's just a seed. That's all it needs to be. And they might not be ready this time, but someone else is going to mention it in in a month's time, 2 months' time. Go, you know what? I seen that van, and what's all that about? It's I don't think it matters. If you were there for such a short period. I think you still did about an hour's activism there. I think it was about an hour or so, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
that's okay.
That's what they said when they got back, is that actually it was the guy that reported them said, I heard the police say, they said, this is strange. This is a strange thing to come and talk about.
Yeah.
So, you know, who knows, it would have sent rumors around the town, because it's another one of these little strange places where
They said they had a few calls, but we got this one off-duty officer.
This was the call,
who
yeah.
had a sheriff's badge that he presented upon asking. He didn't tackle me. He presented that he was a little angry at it being asked for it, but he whipped it out. And,
He whipped what out?
I did.
yeah,
Oh, right, okay.
Trusty sheriff's badge. His official leather wallet with paper, and I mean, you know, I could have bought that at a toy store, but anyway, he was very upset that we had the banners out. Have you got permission? No.
Nonsense.
And he wanted us to pack it away, so I asked him for ID, and then he sort of walked away after offering me the ID, but said he was calling it in.
Yeah. He
He
was like,
yeah.
angry.
But this devout Christian lady I spoke to earlier on had a great little conversation. I think James picked it up in his clip there. And she said, "Oh, I love what you're doing, but have you gotten permission to be here?" I'm like, "Well, no, we just set up." "Oh, well, they won't let you be here for long, I can assure you. They're very, very hot on this kind of thing here." So we've been tipped off that, you know, we weren't going to get very long on stand. But yeah, it was cool the way it worked out anyway, I think. The rain was starting to come down a little harder. So we were kind of grateful to the 4 actors that we hired who came and escorted us from
First time, yeah.
Yeah,
They weren't cheap, I'm telling you. They were not cheap.
No.
So like what happened with Adam? I see Adam had a stunt double. You couldn't get a stunt double for you this time to get your plums felt up.
The policeman had a stunt double too.
Yeah. So no.
Anyway,
it's fine.
But Howard, your
so
Spanish,
Howard,
your Spanish would have come in
Very
handy.
useful today, I think.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I kind of missed being on the bus. I wish I'd stayed on a few days longer.
A few more days would have been about right. Because look how well Sven's doing, and you know he had almost 2 weeks here. So, yeah, you needed that. A couple more days.
But to be fair, Andorra, it's not really in season. It's not quite winter enough. So, you know, you got to come when there's lots of tourists, I think.
But you got to be careful.
No flyering.
No
Jack
flyering.
Sargent, who's been in no country in the world that he's been in, can he not fly until today?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, you know, with no
Well,
flyering,
we have we're allowed to give flyers out on our seafront in Torquay here, but if you go up the main high street up towards the town hall, it's £100 fine for handing flyers out.
What?
You know, like that's what we've got here, £100 fine. Nonsense.
Andorra's
Isn't
not
it?
the only police state we know of.
Where's that?
England. Blighty. Yes.
Yeah.
Very controlled.
The birthplace of democracy and all that place, you know, all that stuff.
I remember in Ireland they didn't want us to put out leaflets as well.
Yeah, it's nonsense, isn't it?
I think the word democracy has the word mock in it on purpose.
Yeah, here's a fun fact about Andorra. It's a diarchy.
Diarchy.
It's not a monarchy, it's a diarchy.
2 kings.
Oh wow.
It's the Catholic Church and
President of
President of France
that own it.
Oh.
When they go around on a Sunday with the begging bowl, ask them for a slice of Andorra because they're wealthy.
Yep.
They have
Anyway, let's Howard, tell us all about your depart. What happened? You know, like you left the guys on the bus.
Just before I say that, the one thing that's ringing in my ears is, I think Dave just said that a lady came up and said, "This is very interesting, but have you got permission?" That shows what we're up against here. People.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So many people are like, "But what does it matter?" Or "What can I do?" Or "Have you got permission?" As if that's a priority.
Yeah.
Is it more important to go follow the rules than to tell people that, wow, the Earth's not a globe, we're all being lied to? Wow.
Yeah. That's it. Who cares about the permission? What you're talking about? Yeah.
Are you following the rules, the local rules? It shows you how lost people are. And back to answer your question, that's why I really miss being on the bus. Even though it might have been a bit cold before they got the heater fixed. And even though summer nights we'd be on noisy motorways, the energy you get from going out there and helping people that do have their priorities a little bit more in order, or can focus on the bigger picture, and don't want to just waste time debating or following rules. It's so fulfilling going out there and helping people that are able to have a conversation and go and look into things and check for themselves with the scientific method. That is so fulfilling. That all these rules, regulations, laws, and closed-minded people, they're just teaching us that we have to keep going back to the drawing board and keep figuring out new ways to get the message through to them. We're not giving up. And I really like that Jack made a bit of a joke out of that today. That was brilliant. You have to just keep positive and understand. And like Andrea was helping me, we've got to not take things so personally, because these are, like Harry says, these are programmed responses, and these people need our help and we need their help. So we mustn't take things too personal, and we must try to not react negatively no matter what people say to us. We've got to take it on board.
And the thing is that we must always recognize there's somebody's family. There's there's somebody's wife, somebody's husband, somebody's son and daughter, and that so it's just to appreciate that they are lost. We're trying to find them, we can get them back, but no, they're lost. And until you put them back on the right path, and to know that your system, the system that we all belong to, it's broke. It's fundamentally wrong. It's twisted. There's something disgusting about it. And they need to be shown that that there's something wrong. Don't all be like bloody sheep and follow that system. And step out and see and take a look what is actually happening. So
that's why it's important. That's why it's important that when we do the activism, certainly in my experience of the last 2 weeks, was that we have to approach people with that understanding. So if I'm going to go in there as if I'm fighting a cause, that perhaps isn't the right way to go about it. It might be a better way to go about it, for me personally, to sort of get on an understanding of a level where I'm trying to figure out where they're at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the problem with that, of course, is you don't exactly have that time at your disposal. So you've got to sort of sneak that all in a couple of minutes, if that at times, because people like to pretend they're in a rush, to keep that option open of whether they want to stay for a chat or not. There's all these things that go on in a very short space of time that sometimes doesn't come over in the camera. But that's what you're dealing with. And you're also looking around the whole time to see if there's any potential. So there's quite a bit that goes on ground level, as it were, but it's fascinating stuff. But you always get the feeling you're making progress. That's what that's my experience now. So,
Yeah. We need to remind each other that this is compassion. See, on my last day in Barcelona, someone said to me, "Okay, I can see that you think it's important what you believe in, but surely coming out here and fighting with the public isn't the right way." And I said, "Hold on." I said, "Nobody in my group is fighting. We're out here with compassion. We're sharing information, asking people to compare results, we're totally in love with the people we're talking to. We're helping people, and people are maybe going to help us see things with a better perspective. We're not here to argue and fight with people. And if people are going to be rude to us, then okay, we'll learn how to maybe, like Sven says, we can address things better. And like I've got the motor mouth and I'm learning how I can get locked in quick. But you always have to try and smile and remember that if they give you a dirty look, it's not their fault. It's the indoctrination that they've suffered. And we've just got to remember that we're not here to debate. We're not here to try and brainwash people. We're here to help them realize that they've been brainwashed, and give them time to look into it themselves, and just remind them that they should check and trust their own observations instead of the secondary information, because it can mislead. And it's so fulfilling. I can't get enough of it. I want to go back on the bus tomorrow.
But it's not. But I've got to say also, it's quite human to take it personally. Yeah. So although we try and stay as professional as you possibly can around this whole topic, I'm emotionally tied to it as well. You know, I'm not some sort of droid. So when I go out there, I feel like I am sort of protecting something special or trying to pass something on special that is not to be ridiculed. So I've got to also balance that out, you know, and make sure that the emotional level don't outweigh the other level, which is talking on a level, no pun intended, and you know, and sort of step from there on upwards. You know what I mean? But it's all right to feel. Go on, Andrea. Sorry.
Can I say something from a sort of spiritual point of view, that actually what we don't realize when we talk to people is you're not, you know, although we're having a conversation with an ego most of the time, and equally our egos talk to them, the soul is listening all the time. You know, there's a deeper conversation going on, because we're magnetic beings, we are energies, and we are bringing more than just our words to the exchange. And if you can remember that, so whatever message you're giving out, I mean, gosh, we're all human, and you know, it's easy to be triggered. But if you can kind of keep in mind that you know, if you keep the message loving, and know that person on some level, even though their ego might be going, no. I mean, you know, Dave, we've spoken a lot about. Dave used to say to me, "Earth is flat," and I'd be like, "No, it's not. Shut up! I don't want to hear you." You know, so my ego was resisting. But obviously, my soul, on some sort of level, was listening to what he was saying, and some things were sort of clicking into place. But yeah, so if we always remember that the soul's listening, although the ego might fight it.
Yeah.
I found from experience, when I feel like I'm getting a bit emotional and I feel that I'm getting loud, I'll just try to turn it back on them in a nice way. And if they say, "Oh, don't you know about gravity or Einstein or something?" I'll turn around and say, "I trust you. I trust that you would know the truth with your senses, and I don't trust these other people. I want you to check what I've seen. And if we come to an agreement, I think that's stronger evidence than any Einsteins." Or if they say, "Oh, evolution, blah, blah, blah," I'll say, "Bro, or darling, you're much more special than that dust to monkey to human rubbish. You're amazing. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise." So it's like, when I feel like I'm going to get passionate, I'm now, thanks to Andrea, putting all this, like, it's got a bigger purpose than just keeping a score. It's like, we've got to keep improving a way to make it positive and make it relative to the person we're talking to, and smile and take their joke and try and turn it on them, showing them that you can make it relative to them and make them feel special, and take away, because it's all insecurity. The reason we're trusting all these other things is because the authorities know better than us. We've got to give people their confidence back, and we'll never give people confidence back if we're arguing with them, which was the design of this debate.
Yeah, definitely. Sven,
yes.
Or Howard, do one of you would like to read out the chat? Can you do that? Because
I can do that. I've got it in front of me.
Sven's going to do it then.
Well, whoever wants to do it, whatever. It just happens to be right here.
See it.
No, okay.
Well, I'm going to scroll back as far as I possibly can.
Yeah, well done. I thought I'd shake it up a bit.
Right. So, okay, we've got hi to Robert Simmons. Shout out to you. Amanda GD. Hello, my darling. Good evening to you. Kieran Franny. I still don't know how to pronounce his surname. Is it Franny or Franny? I'm sure he'll tell me. Hello to you, mate. Plague Zero. Justin, my friend. How's it going? Jermaine Arminus. Hello there. Landvest. Good evening. Gary, John, Heather. Good evening to you, sir. Plano, Dave. How's it going, buddy? Doc Michael, as always, a pleasure to see you in the room. Clive Albert, good evening to you as well, sir. Now I am starting to sound like John Motson, by the way. Yeah. Despina, hello to you. It's like reading out the football results on a Saturday. It's really complicated stuff. Score draw here for National Memorial Gardens. Yes, a narrow victory here for the Adam Meakin show. Hello, Adam. He's on here as well. And that is pretty much it off the top of what I'm seeing here. Decoding perception of reality, hello, as well. So I think I've got most of them in.
His sort of style.
Okay, well done. Thank you, Sven.
And Liftin The Lid. Sorry, I forgot one of the most important people on earth, of course, Robin. I do apologise.
Right. Okay.
Hello there, mate. I didn't purposely overlook you. And Kimmy Spreadborough, hello there as well. I didn't scroll down far enough. I'm doing, making this into a right old pig's ear, but never mind. Cold Steel Truth, hello to you as well. FEMX, of course. Who could overlook him? Jude, hi there. How's it going? And that is this time. Okay, Joti, hello there. I still can't pronounce your name correctly either. Ninja Man, hi. And this time we should have reached the end. Yeah, we're done. Go ahead. Oh, and of course, a quick shout out to a €4 super chat from Landvest. Thank you very much for your donation. Much appreciated. Coffee Paul, hi as well.
Did you say FEMX? Did you?
Yes, I did say FEMX. Joe Mama, I've just seen now as well. Good evening to you.
There you go. And you got Ute there. I don't know if you've seen Ute.
Ute, is he in there?
See, they're all, yeah. Everybody's like mentioning. Come on, guys. For those who are watching, show yourselves.
Yeah. Dr. La, hello there. We spoke earlier this evening. I must say hello to you. Yes, I've just seen you there as well. Nice to see you, mate. Nice little conversation we had earlier. And Critical Inception, of course.
A couple of shout outs for thank you, Sven. A couple of shout outs for the donations. We had let me get me David, thank you very much. That was David Travitt. Thank you very much for your donation. And we had Clive, thank you very, very much for your donation. And we also had an amazing donation. And thank you very much. And it is oh God, excuse me, just hang on, wait, it's an important, I've got to get his name right. It is a donation from, he did say his name. Oh yes, there we go. That's why I couldn't. Yeah, okay. So he wrote. This was this donation, and it was an amazing donation of over $300. So thank you very, very much for that. And this was the note that was left was: we are not shouldered by the burden of proof, but rather the burden of truth. Keep doing what you. Sorry, I'm mullering this. I'm going to start again. We are not shouldered with the burden of proof, but rather the burden of truth. Yeah. Keep doing all that you do, for we know the mission is true. You are an inspiration to all. God bless that flat fellow.
Yeah, nice one. Yeah. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you very much, my friend.
So you know it's Tommy then, yeah.
Hotel now that Sven's knocked the boat. We're on a 5-star.
Yeah, the timing couldn't have been better. Thanks very much, mate. I'll remember that. I owe you one.
No, I was really chuffed
good,
to see
good stuff.
that.
I'm glad that's happened. Brilliant. He kept stay true to his word and followed through with it. And hats off, man. And that guy knows a thing or two about going out doing activism. He does it solo. He does it all around the South California. I think with Alex, I'm pretty sure gets involved. Critical Inception. So they know exactly what the rigmaroles are of going out, having to face very difficult people. So yeah. Thanks very much from me on a personal level to him as well, or to you if you're watching. Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah, really chuffed with that. Oh, I just noticed. Sorry, sorry, Andrea. 1 second. We've got a couple of super chats as well. We have a super chat from Chrissy. Thank you, Chrissy. What's that say? Please, please join us on float.app. We are all there, standing up for free speech. They are. What's it? They are come after our freedoms. Please join us. Time is of the essence. Well, I'll definitely take a look at that, Chrissy. Thank you very much for that. And Ricardo, thank you very much. Come on, Ricardo. You could have put a message in there. Ricardo's put a chat there as well. Thank you, Ricardo.
Thanks, Ricardo. Speak to you later.
Sorry, Andrea.
I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for the small donations and thank you for the big one.
For all of it, yeah.
It means a lot because you know.
Yes.
It's an amazing experience, but it's equally it feels a little bit grueling at times. You know, today I because of the shortness of and the weather of Andorra, you know, I didn't get a chance to climb off the van other than pop into a supermarket, and that can be a little bit tricky with a 2-year-old. And you know, we've done a fair bit of traveling, so it kind of stores your enthusiasm or makes it worthwhile when you know that people are kind of genuinely supporting you. You know, I know people are supporting with messages as well, so it's not just about the money, but you know, obviously the money is what we need to kind of make the soup that we made this evening and warm us so that we are warm and the
pay tolls.
Pay tolls, yeah, tolls, more tolls and more tolls and more tolls.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, so yeah, we did small and big and all the messages really.
Yeah, it's quite disgusting why you. I mean, you can't be free to travel. I mean, they say you are free to travel, but you're not if you're being told to death everywhere that you want to go. Okay, you could do it the long way round and avoid all the tolls, but that's grueling, isn't it? Can you imagine?
The long way round.
And we have so much time to do that. Yeah, really, man.
Yeah.
We have like.
Yeah, it's 6 hours from Andorra to Marseille, which you know, at best, and because obviously the van doesn't quite go the same speed as a normal car.
Where are you guys now?
We're
about halfway, about 40% of the route done. I think a bit more.
A bit
halfway?
more.
Or half,
yeah, halfway.
No, we're about halfway.
Okay. Are you going to be driving the rest tonight or wait until tomorrow?
Wait till
wait
tomorrow,
tomorrow,
yeah. Probably, yeah.
Okay, nice one.
But yeah, a little early.
Okay, cool, man.
You know, I wanted to just throw something into the cooker there and suggest, well, you know, a thought that came up when you were saying something earlier, Sven, about, you know, these are truths that something along the lines of these are truths they have to take or take seriously. And I think, and also what that lady was saying who made the super chat about, you know, we got to fight for our freedoms and stuff. I think there's a biblical verse that comes to mind too, actually, for this evening. One is forgive them, for they know not what they do. So when it comes to these policemen and people who are just going about being the pencil pushers and the order followers and so on, they generally just decent people caught up in, they're all good people, but they're caught up in an ego system or a whatever that has given them this sense of superpower. That's the one.
Well, we've handed our power to them too,
Yeah.
haven't we? So
Yeah.
you know, we've given it away.
Yeah, that's the one thing. And the other thing is that, you know, it also says in the Bible that you know, at the end of time, most people are going to be deceived. So, you know, I've always keep in mind that, you know, am I being somehow deceived? But for sure, I'm also now, given the number of conversations I've had and the time I've spent in the street, I know that not all people are meant to know this. You know, so we can't expect 100% or 50% hit rate in terms of what we do. It's about trying to get the message to that 1 in 100 or that 1 in 50 that is the person who's meant to hear this information. You know, that's what I think now. You know, so I'm not about thinking, you know, we're going to change the system with this. It's more about changing individual hearts, souls, and their journey. The system may have to continue whether we like it or not. I don't know, you know, but I suggest that we shouldn't need to kind of expect that people are ever going to not want to or be primed to laugh at this topic or shun it. Much as we love everybody and we would love everybody to kind of join the truth is that not everybody can.
Well, it's also about igniting a spark, isn't it? And sometimes, you know, you don't necessarily see that with the one encounter that you have with them. It's about, like you say, the seed planting, isn't it? And, you know, you've got to kind of plant seed and hope that.
Oh, be frozen, guys.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. So it's just them on the bus. That's
I've
a shame. But let me give a shout out to Chrissy again. Chrissy, thank you again for that super chat. I see what you're saying there. Our freedom of speech and our right to assemble is at risk here. Joinfloat.app. Yeah, I think people should, you know, at least check it out. I don't know much about Float. I'm sorry, Chrissy, I've not even heard of it before, but I will check it out and have a look. Promise. There you go. Sorry, Howard, what were you saying?
We've lost the bus.
Yeah, we've lost the bus.
They'll come back.
Okay.
I
was just going to say, I've had pretty good results today. I uploaded, I recorded the 2 dancers from Barcelona that helped us with the activism.
Yes.
And I saw that it was really, really powerful. I thought this is another angle that we need to take advantage of. It's another avenue that we must go down and hope that others will follow. We've got to make this trendy. We've got to make it cool. We've got to show people how empowering it is to go out and help people snap out of the hypnotic spells, you know, that they can't see the truth in plain sight because they are insecure, they haven't got the confidence, they've been brainwashed to feel that they haven't got the skills, you know. And I'm finding that I've had such a good reaction on Instagram where lots of people that normally don't like or comment are really involved. Loads of people are sharing the post, and even Mark Sargent's put a comment where I've put it on YouTube and said, like, yeah, if anyone wants to use this, please share it, mirror it, whatever. Mark Sargent says he's going to share it. So I was like, brilliant.
And he has. He did. He mirrored it, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
Was that the dance?
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I think Adam sent us a bit from Martin Leaker's show. I don't know when it was, where he had put Lisa on singing. So that sort of artistic, creative, flat earth sort of expression seems to be appealing to people. I even said to Adam, even your bit of music, because I didn't want him to feel like
left out, like,
left out.
he is
So
a
he
music
was very
genius.
happy that we
He's a
we
guru
thought he
of
was
music.
music guru.
But not a Svengali of Svengali land. No. Anyway, my little diatribe was cut off there because we lost our internet connection. The dongle battery died, so we had to
He was just talking about how his dance clip has really
gone crazy.
inspired people.
Okay. Well, it was amazing, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really loved it as well.
All made possible just through the tour, right? Had there not been a tour, that wouldn't be happening, and we wouldn't be getting these angles. And you know, that's the benefit of having this sort of thing. That's what people have to understand. It always reaps benefits somewhere along the line, always.
Well,
Yeah,
then how is
the girl actually said, because I said, yeah, you've got to come and do activism with us, and this, that, the other. It's so empowering, such a great feeling. And she's like, yeah. But as long as I can take some photos in front of the caravan, and I was like, of course you can. And I went, ding. I said, in fact, we can do better than photos. Let's do a video. So it's well done for getting the caravan. Well done for getting it so pimped up. It's like, wow, everybody wants to take photos of it or with it. And this is my point. We need to show people that we're having a good time from these interactions. Because if we make it look easy, then other people are going to have a go. If we make it look fun, everybody's going to want to try it. And then things like this, music with Alex, Lisa singing, the Barcelona friends dancing, it's showing people that this is great. And this is the kind of thing that can go viral. And that's what we need, a new ice bucket, a new dance by the car window. But instead of it being all, you know, just for charity or just for fun, for a good cause that doesn't cost you anything, but actually gives you friendship, gives you, you know, a purpose. And the amount of people that hug me and want to kiss me afterwards, it's like, wow, this is better than anything.
We want to see the every talent out there, says she, who can't sing or dance.
And community means common unity, right? So we have a thing in common, and it should be our unifier. As Mark Sargent said in the little note in my book, he said, fight and unify.
Sing and dance and unify.
Ah,
boom.
Love and unify.
Yeah. Anitra, what's it? All of us have been getting these T-shirts, you know, like to provoke a conversation, a reaction, and you know, like, and let's have a conversation. And now, you know, it just makes me think now, and that we all maybe start thinking about pimping our cars up. You know, so you've got a car and you're up for a big discussion. And your car up. Just make sure you've got fully comp insurance, just in case.
Just keep it positive. Just keep it positive.
Yes. Yeah. I'll be well. I can't pimp mine up. Mine's a complete car, so I can't do mine. but I've got the camper van anyway. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a few things you could do to pimp it up a bit more, I suppose, but it's pretty well done. Yeah. Certainly
I'll
gets
just what's it? Let's have a quick pick on there. Right, so guys, you're off to Marseille tomorrow, and I don't know if you've seen in our what's it, message boards that I thought that the harbour might be a good place to start from.
All right.
So just trying to find my message on what the harbour was called. It was called see, now I don't even know how to pronounce it. Vieux. How do you pronounce that? Vieux. Vue, probably Vue Port. We'll do that. See, it's not just me. But yeah, Vue Port, what's it? Harbour. When I look for all these places, I go on best places to visit, you know, like in a particular country, and then look at it, or go on Street View and have a little look around and see what it all looks like in that. Marseille's a bit of an awkward one. There is big places and that to go to and all that, but I think there I think you'll have problems, and there'll be not as much footfall as what the harbour will be. Although this time of year as well, I'm hoping it's going to be warm-ish, because well, obviously footfall will be limited. It's a shame. Again, it's a shame we're not in the summer, because where I'm about to send you, in the summer it'll be heaving. It'll be absolutely heaving there, and so it won't be as fantastic. There still will be footfall, because people will go to the main harbour there. Plus, I can get to look at a few yachts if Lisa will indulge me and bring the camera around and have a look at a few yachts for me. So
I think the south of France is still quite popular at this time of year, so hopefully there's a few tourists around.
Yeah.
You certainly won't have snow there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
No.
And where
Yeah.
you think, Jason, they can make the primary observation and point it out over and over. Look, water's level. Look, water's level. It's so useful.
Yeah.
In Lisbon, it helped a lot having the water right next to us in Lisbon.
Yeah. Of course. So if anyone wants to join them, and well, I keep saying to everybody, don't worry about where I'm actually sending people. Is just get to the main city hub. You know, like wherever country that they're going to. And if I say that they're going to Copenhagen in Denmark, for instance, make your way there. Go there, because you know, like I'm going to send. We're always going to try and find the busiest place, whether it be a high street, whether it be some sort of square or something. We're always going to. I'm sure the second that they go live, it'll take you 10 minutes to find them. You know, I can't imagine that you'll be too far away. Just, you know, make your way to the main hub on the day. The guys will be there. They'll be there at some point in the day. So yeah. So how do you fancy that, Dave? On the harbour? Do you think that would be okay there?
Yeah, we'll definitely try and make a day of it.
I figured if you went right at the end of the harbour, because the harbour obviously goes on two sides, I think you would get the most footfall right at the end. You know, before all the footfall splits to either side. So, you know, like you should do okay. Fingers crossed. We'll see.
You've obviously been, Jason.
And then no, I do Street View. Okay. Street View, and I spend quite a long time on Street View to, you know, like hunt around, you know, like, and see what it all looks like. The problem is when you're on Street View, they're only showing you a particular month, aren't they? And you know, like, so they might. So it might be in March, and then you go a couple of steps further, and then you're in July, and then you're in. It's higgledy-pickledy, isn't it? You know. See. Anyway, after Marseille, we've got Monaco. And you know, because you're so close, I mean, you really should do a quick drive over to Monte Carlo. You have to, but because you're very close to. Well, and aren't you going? You're next to Cannes as well, aren't you? Cannes.
Yeah.
See again.
It's not.
If only we had time, I would say you should have done every one of them stretch. You know, like, you know, between Cannes, Monte Carlo, and you're doing Monaco, but yeah.
I think we can certainly drive through, because we've done Cannes. You can certainly drive through it and just sort of maybe even just pop out for 10 minutes and try or something.
Yeah.
Because
it's just to get a few pictures. Yeah, a few pictures, and you know, like, and to just show the van off, and you know, like, I don't know, what's it? We'll get Dave on the tannoy, you know, like, and he can still shout out the window.
Yeah. Next time they want you to have a fixed tannoy on the bus, so they can just have a.
Definitely, that has to happen. Yeah, without doubt. I will definitely be looking into that one. Okay. Anything else that you guys want to give a shout, and we'll let these guys get off? Sven?
Not well, apart from great to see you again, albeit through the screen of a phone. Yeah, and I just continue to wish you all well, and hope that you know, people are reminded of the grand job that's being done. You know, and all donations, as we've already said, are more than welcome. There'll be some long stretches of drive ahead, and so we have to bear that in mind. So good luck And
Well,
I'll be continuing to follow you all as always.
we miss your energy on the bus. Both you and Howard. It always feels a bit.
Yeah, well, but you have more space now. Maybe that's also a bit beneficial.
Even
Don't
that's
tell
weird.
NASA, they might try and invade it.
Yeah, but no, it's really strange not being there. It's very surreal. I was thinking before, actually, I've been in all of those rooms, that one, and that one as well. It's
Wow.
really weird.
Yeah, well, it's surreal not having you guys here, and it's kind of surreal just being, the four of us in Alexander. So, but this has been some crazy weeks, and
absolutely.
This train is like one of those roller coaster rides, and once it's set off to go, there's no stopping it until it gets to the end. And that's what the tour is.
Yeah, it's totally surreal. If I was to pick a building out that would describe what I've been through the last 2 weeks, it would have to be the Gaudi Cathedral. That sort of puts it in a picture. It's a thing of beauty, but it goes in all directions, and it's sometimes hard to fathom out, although it seems correct and right and all that sort of thing. All those sort of feelings mixed into one.
And it's still under construction.
Yeah, exactly.
Still in the works.
Yeah.
I'd
let
like
me just
to
give a
say,
quick.
Can I just
Go on.
add that I'd like to say I've said thank you to everyone out there for supporting us with the shares, the likes, the comments, the donations that keep the wheels rolling. I'd like to just say thank you to you, Jason, for making this happen. I'd like to say thank you to you, Jason, for picking some great people to represent the Globe Live. And to those people, I'm referring to thank you guys on the bus and Sven for sharing your personal space with me. Thank you for your good energy, your good advice. Thank you for all the memories that we've built. It's been so emotional and so empowering just to be with you guys, because we've all got different perspectives, but we're all going through similar thing. So it's been very nice to be able to talk off the road, when we're not doing activism on the road. And it's been such an experience that I'm still coming down from it. It's still a lot to take in, and I know that I've got some amazing footage. It's going to take me a long time to edit it all, because it's that good that I don't want to just throw it out. I want to make sure it's all beautiful and good quality. I'm so sure that we're influencing so many people with what we're doing. Really respect all of you, for especially you guys for still being on the bus, still going strong through the rain with frostbite hands, like you say, Dave. You're awesome, and I miss you guys so much already. And I wish you could have been there, Jason. And I hope that next year we don't need to, but if it does need to happen again next year, I hope that you're part of it, and I can be part of it again, Jason, because wow.
Yeah.
That's fun, brother.
Thanks, man.
Thank you for that, Sven. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, what's it? You never got to visit us on the first tour, and it was but you were watching, like towards the end there, and that, and it was it was obvious you were definitely a choice. You had to be on this tour. I don't think we wouldn't have wanted it any other way. It was a must. Yeah, you've been fantastic. Howard? Such a shame that you couldn't stay longer. I would have loved you to just stay right through the end. And you, Sven. I've been telling everyone, Sven, you're very selfish for going home. You should have stayed with the tour.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy sleep in your bed?
It was remarkable. I didn't know what one was. Yeah, it's I crawled around it on my all fours first of all, and did lots of strange rituals before I actually used it to sleep in.
Okay.
It was
information.
We don't want to know. Keep them to yourself.
I will keep them to myself. But it involved a pillow, and no, I'm only kidding. No, it was nice. Yeah, of course. No, it was just really weird because I woke up like, although I'd been there for 2 weeks, I woke up like nothing had happened, and then it all came back, and it's like now it feels like I was there for much longer than 2 weeks.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like a time warp.
yeah, it's like a time warp. But I remember a lot of the sort of private conversations that were had and stuff. Just sort of, you know, stuff that's off camera. That you know, that's where the true interactions are, because having a camera there can sometimes create a sort of a setting, but so you get the real stuff. I'm not saying this isn't real. I'm saying, you know, you get the other stuff when you're out and about talking, and it's fascinating, and that's how bonding happens, and that's how I always felt comfortable from day one with the guys. You know, I never once felt uncomfortable ever. So, and that's saying something, because I'm a rather whingy, moany, picky sort of person. I may have let that shine through a little bit once or twice, but yeah.
Moaning, whingy. I noticed that at all, Sven.
No, that's fantastic. That's lovely. Thank you so much. That's, yeah.
You got to see both moons the other night, and I know that might have been a low light.
Yeah. But there we go.
They could possibly, this van could be turned into a flat earth experience, where you get to experience what it's like to be on the van, and you know, yeah,
made to drive thousands of miles, thousands and thousands of miles in a single week.
Use the onboard toilet, use the bed. You know, you get to have an experience.
Yeah, and what's it? Well, next time we go out as well, I'll have that shower fixed. You know, because I mean, it was working the day I bought it. You've got a hot shower there. That switch that's underneath your legs there, Andrea. That's meant to turn on the shower, but for some reason, on the very first day of the tour starting, it stopped working. So apologies, but you could have had a shower. I just don't know. I just didn't have time to fix it because it packed in day one of the tour. So really frustrating that was. Let me give a quick shout out to everybody. Oh, sorry, go on.
It's probably a good thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it's pretty tough to swing a cat in the back there, isn't it?
And it can be pretty rancid in there anyway, so he wants to shower. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, as well.
I don't think I've dropped a single Donald Trump on the caravan. It's
I'm glad you haven't.
Every dump I've had has been Donald Trump.
Well, you see, sharing is caring.
Well, I think a problem shared is a problem quadrupled, actually.
Quadrupled.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to share it.
Right, let me give a quick shout out to people before we wrap up. Thank you very much for joining us, Doc. And Despina, thank you very much. Chrissy, thank you very much. Effie, God, his name, Maori. I need you to speak and pronounce that to me. Maori.
Effie Maori.
Maori. Sorry, I'm terrible at names. I'm really apologizing. Sorry for that. Robert Sims, thank you very much for joining us. Jermaine, thank you very much. Plague Zero, thank you very much. Dr. LA, thank you very much for joining us. Afro King, hey buddy, thank you very much for joining us. Ricardo, always a pleasure. Clive, very much a pleasure. And who have we got here? We have it's always the same faces that keep writing, and there's a lot more people watching, and you should be at least saying hello so I can read your name out. Kieran, thank you very much for joining us. Landfest, thank you very much. FE Max, Cold Steel Truth, Dean H, thank you very much. Iger Television, thank you very much for joining us. Anyone else? I'm going up the hill. I will. So all the new comments will appear. So give me Flat Fellow. Thank you very much for joining us. Yeah, and thank you so much for that donation. That's really fantastic. Martin, he joined us as well. Thank you very much, Martin, for joining us. Right, let's go down to the bottom. Let's see who's appeared. And that's the same. Yeah, no, we've done everyone. So everybody else who I haven't called out, thank you very much also for joining us. And if you've got anything else to say it now, because Sven, I wanted to end with your joining the tour, because I you know, like Robin played it in Robin has got a drive time show at, I think it's about 5 o'clock every Friday night. Right. And he had me in tears. Honestly, I was in tears driving home watching that, and I wasn't watching, I was listening. And dear. So he had me in tears listening to that, and so I would like to share that on the as we close off tonight. So if you've got anything else to say, guys?
No, we'll see you
Love you all.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
Thanks, guys, for joining us.
Enjoy your sleep in your bed.
Thanks for the donation.
I will. Thank you. Speak to you very soon.
Yeah, speak to you soon.
Cheers, guys.
Good luck.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
No sea level and water level are matter of fact. Ships sail over bodies of flat water. They go down, they'll come back up again. That's just the way it is. So we're telling people we're going around Europe, telling people that they need to look into this idea that the government's science and so on has been misled down a path of belief into this globe, aliens, asteroids, UFOs, and all this sort of stuff that takes away from the truth about this creation that we live in. What experiment that we can do?
Well, I invited everybody to do the Eratosthenes experiment, and no flat earthers came back.
Eratosthenes. Yeah. Is that the one with the sticks?
Yeah.
That's no, you've got to know that works quite well on because as far as I'm concerned, or as far as the mass is concerned, that by 3 or 4 miles, that boat should definitely be over the water's edge.
3 or 4 miles?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I don't have a calculator in my head. You know, I would love to work out those numbers for you, and I would actually love to give you a solid response on how much from the bottom up it would be moved.
Became an amphibian, a marsupial, and marsupial became a monkey, the monkey became a human, right? That's basically, in a nutshell, where we come from, according to our modern science. Let me tell you that can be further from the truth. The truth is that you were created perfect. Perhaps you are the creator, or this is our creation. And our science, our leaders, our rulers, our religions, orders, and our governments want us never to know that. You live on a ball, remember, aside from the clever maths, pi squared. If we live on a ball, I should be able to measure over 10 miles the amount that it bends, the water bends.
You want to say something, you try to hide something, you know, it's often not only this country, maybe many countries doing the same things. Now internet is just let the people understanding a lot of things more than before. So, you know, the things you are talking about, the water or something, I believe so, you know.
Where are you from?
I'm from Hong Kong.
Okay.
Apparently Sven is 15 minutes away. There's information about where we live. There's an app here.
Du sprichst kein Deutsch, so bist du gut.
No, but there's translations here if you want to look for translations, and also the website you can translate into German. Here.
But why don't you speak German?
Because I'm English. There's a lot of people suggesting that we don't live on a globe, and there's like millions of people researching this topic.
I don't care. For me, it's most important meditation.
Yeah, that's important as well. Hello.
Hello, come here, give a hug. Right? Nice to see you.
Doing some flat smacking! What are you on about? Yes, it's flat! Yeah, it's flat!
Flat every time, bro.
What are you doing here? It's Roxanne! Oh my god! You guys are full of shit. And Roxanne, the Globalist. What a treat, guys. It's only because Lisa said this morning that she needed leaflets, so I brought them out.
I've never thought of that.
I don't know Don't let you have all the fun. Right here. What a point.
Yeah. We're hoping to create some great memories, good experiences.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, I was fine. We were trying to hold our cards close to our chest.
UkTruth says what?
Boy, oh boy.
Have you got some footage now of James? James, you're such a shame.
Alright, we'll see you on the next update.